second best boy band of all time. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. He's just completed a world tour, and tonight he's here to talk about his new music. Please welcome Louis Tomlinson. How are you, Louis?
Hello, thanks for having me on. Thanks for having me on.
Great to see you, man. Just finished the world tour. How was it?
Incredible. It's. I feel like I've been working towards that moment for a long time, and this feeling that I'm feeling now, it's definitely been the best professional year I've had in a long time, or across my whole career. It's been amazing.
That's amazing. Nice to be back home in your own bed.
It is, but I've only spent one night there, to be fair, and I think I've got 2 nights there, and then I'm flying away again. So, yeah, it is nice.
Well, we have to say congratulations, and hopefully you'll get to spend a little bit more time with your nephew, because you've become an uncle, haven't you?
Yeah, which is amazing. First-time uncle. Yeah, I went and saw him and me and my sister maybe about, I want to say 2 weeks ago now. That was lovely. Dead nice.
Nice. Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely. OK. Well, we're looking forward, aren't we?
Yes, we are indeed.
Talking about your new music shortly. And Louis, as we said, you've got 36 million Twitter followers, and I think every single one has sent in a question.
Nice.
So, you know, we'll try and get through as many as possible, but there are tons of them. Yes. Broken the internet. That's what they've done.
But first, it's Watched Up. I love it. It's the new single.
You've been singing it,
all day. Can't get the
day.
chorus out of my head. It's brilliant. Love it. So you performed it at your show on Saturday, your last show on the world tour. How was it performing it for the first time?
I was nervous, I'm not going to lie. I've done quite a lot of shows this year, which have stayed within the same set. So to add something new and then to add that song, probably the hardest song I've had to sing vocally. It's got that big chorus. I was nervous, but what surprises me every time, the song had been out no time, and there's so many people out there that know it already, in the crowd, I mean, so naturally that fills you full of confidence.
Yeah, of course. Now then, as we said, a few questions on the old iPad. Let's start with one from Lua on Twitter. She says, I hear you've been practicing guitar. Will you play it on stage on your next tour?
On the next tour? I'd like to. I would like to. At least a couple of songs. I've just got to be brave enough to get up there and do it, I think.
So how long have you been playing then?
On and off for years, to be fair, on and off. But I've not quite taken it to the next level yet. I think I just got to be confident and do it.
Yeah.
Mancy wants to know, how has your songwriting evolved since your 1D days?
I feel like you're always learning as a songwriter. Every song you write, you take something new from, you've learned something new from. So I suppose maybe just by age, there's a bit more maturity in the writing.
Let's talk about the album then, because Faith in the Future, out in November, it's quite a big title, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, what's behind that title? What was your thinking?
It was a phrase that spoke to me actually long before lockdown and long before the world kind of changed. And I just had this weird kind of connection with this phrase, and it doesn't happen to me that often. And without context, I just put it out on my social media, on my Twitter, just to see if there was any kind of feeling towards it. And I did feel, maybe I was looking for it, but I did feel this like magnetism to the phrase. My fans were kind of taken to it in a certain way. So, and then everything happened with the world, so it kind of felt like it named itself. It was kind of a good time to put out something positive, I thought, like a positive...
I suppose with that many followers as well, it's a good place to test things like that, isn't it? Because you get an immediate response. And with songwriting then, I mean, I didn't realise until we were talking about it today how many songs you've written. And, you know, you're as much a songwriter, Neil, as you are a performer. Is it something, you know, you obviously write a lot of the songs of the new album, but is it something that you want to do, write for other people? Is there somebody you'd love to write for?
I think there'll definitely be a time for that where I'd like to write for other people. But at the moment, I think it's quite, in terms of my experience with songwriting, it's quite specific on what I'm doing. So I know how to write a song for myself. I knew how to write a song for us in the band. But I think writing for someone else is kind of like putting their brain on for a second. It's like for me right now, I'm comfortable just writing what I'm doing, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, as you say, plenty of time for that down the road, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
All artists kind of fear that second difficult album. Did you feel the pressure of that?
Do you know what, actually, it was almost in reverse for me. Because I came out of a band the size of One Direction, my first album, I'm immensely proud of it, but, you know, there's a lot of room for overthinking when you come out of a situation like I did, but also on your first record, what do you want to sound like, what do the lyrics need to mean, etc., etc. So actually, I had more clarity on this record, on this new album. I felt more comfortable saying this is who I am as an artist, and I think it does represent me better than the first record, I'd say.
I like all the members in 1D. They took very different avenues, sound-wise. Was that a conscious effort for you, or was this the style of music that you were into before the band?
Oh, I think all of us have kind of embraced what we love musically, and I think that's what was interesting about One Direction is we did all have different tastes musically. But I think, yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I grew up with. So to be doing now what I really love, like, definitely makes me proud.
Yeah, and you know when you've got new albums, all of you now, or new single, or you're doing something big that's important to you, is the support there from the others? Do you still get in touch with a bit of a text and a good luck?
In terms of like every single, like probably not, but like once the album comes out, I'll be expecting a few texts, definitely. Yeah.
You've got a brilliant side project going, curating a music festival. It's called Away From Home. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it was an idea I had in lockdown. We did the first one last year. It's been a dream of mine for a long time to put on like a festival, an event of that size. I've always been a big fan of festivals myself, so to be able to put the size of event that we have done this year, like I was just looking on Dead Proud. I watched all the bands, and all the bands are in line with stuff that I love listening to. My fans seem to have a great time as well. So yeah, it was great.
What's the first festival that you ever went to? Let's go back to a young Louis Tomlinson.
Oh yeah, I remember it well. In fact, I'm pretty confident that when I went to do my first X Factor audition, I still had my Leeds Festival band on.
Brilliant.
It was cool at the time to keep your band on, even though
still
it'd been
is,
on for
I
like
think.
months.
You see people that have been to Glastonbury, they still got them on.
There you go, there you go. Yeah, I was 16 and I went to Leeds Festival that year. I think it was Kings of Leon, Block Party, Jamie T. Amazing experience. And it's like mildly chaotic Leeds. And I remember just falling in love with that whole scene.
Al, do you remember your first festival?
Oh, do you know what? It was the Radio 1 Roadshow.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't think you will have heard of these, but they were brilliant. Criss Cross.
I haven't.
See?
I don't think. No.
They make you jump, those lads.
They make you jump.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Right.
Back to the iPads.
Like, all right, grandparents.
One of your fans says, I want you to know how much you mean to all of us. You've saved our lives, made us smile when we were feeling down. We appreciate everything you've done.
Oh, it's
and it's Jennifer asks, do you come up with the names of the song before you have the lyrics, or is it the other way around?
Normally the other way around.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll come into the room potentially with like a title in mind or a concept in mind, but normally the title, 9 times out of 10 centres around the chorus.
Depends what the chorus is,
yeah,
I guess, isn't it? Yeah.
Brilliant. Louis, thanks so much.
Lovely.
Louis's new single, Bigger Than Me, is out now, and his new album, Faith in the Future, is released on the 11th of November. Exciting times. Good luck with it, man.
Thank you very much.
We have got a treat for you now. Okay, Louis, here we go. What do you usually eat while touring? Asks a fan.
Honestly, like I'd say 70% of the shows I have pasta. It's just like a little home comfort, just easy to eat. So yeah, I have a lot of pasta on top.
Do you have a tradition or kind of a routine before you go on stage?
Not really. I'm not that superstitious. Just before we get on, me and my band will get in like a little huddle.
Yeah.
But that's it, really.
What do you prefer? I'm obviously touring with the band, very special back in the day, but now as a solo artist, how does it feel for you?
It's hard to compare the two. The two do feel quite different. I will say, though, it's, you know, when you're touring with the band, you can only take credit for a quarter of what's happening or 1/5 of what's happening. Being on stage and being able to take all that credit in for yourself as a solo artist, like that is an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Mia asks, what is one of your favourite songs to perform?
Probably on this tour was Kill My Mind. Normally it's right at the end, it's in the encore, and I normally climb down into the pit and just get right amongst the fans. It's a good moment.
Nice. Well, they'll be happy. We've got through quite a lot.
Yeah, we did. Any more music videos to come?
I hope so, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
OK, that's all we have time for this evening. Thanks to Louis Tomlinson for joining us.
Jermaine and I will be here tomorrow, and Lauren Laverne will be backstage at the Mercury Awards. We'll see you then. Have a lovely night.
See you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.